Hey everyone, I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, and there are a couple reasons for that. The first reason is that I usually don't try to put something out there or say something or speak or make any kind of production unless I feel I have something to say, something valuable to share, or something interesting or some insight. The second reason is because I'm not trying to build any kind of YouTube empire here. I share these videos on my YouTube channel, but it's really half for me as kind of a video documentation or a journal of the way my life has been going this year, which has been super fun, by the way. And the other half is for anybody who cares to keep up with these videos or watch them or find out what's going on with me. So that being said, what is going on with me? Well, I went in on Wednesday, today's Friday, so just a couple days ago, for treatment number 8. I've done 7 and I have 5 to go. So I went in for number 8, and it was kind of a double-edged sword. My white blood cell count was too low. It needs to be at a minimum of 80, and mine was pretty low at 66, so they sent me home for another week. And I can't say that I was surprised because I've not been feeling too great. I'm trying to keep up with eating and hydrating and my workouts, but it's been very difficult. And I just wasn't feeling so well, so they sent me home. The benefit is that obviously it gives me more time to rest and recover and force some calories in and hydrate and just start to feel a little better each day. The drawback is that it kind of prolongs the experience as I kind of have to get these 12 sessions finished. So that's that. The other thing is really kind of some bad news. I recently, about 2 weeks ago, I had a really close friend of mine pass away in his sleep, so thankfully it was a very peaceful thing. He went to take a nap, and a few hours later his wife went into the bedroom to wake him up for dinner, and he was already gone. I'm not going to get too much into the detail of that or try to make a dramatic video or anything like that. I'm not interested in doing something like that or exploiting the death of my friend to make an interesting video or cry or wail or weep on camera or anything like that. But just to share what has been going on in my life. He was a great guy, he was a man of God, and that's what brings me solace regarding his death. It was so unexpected. He was in fairly good health and great spirits, a good attitude, just a great guy, a real brother. And I know that I'll get to see him again, but I certainly miss him dearly right now, and I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it. Not so much just because he's gone, that's one thing, but the fact that it was so unexpected is what really makes it difficult, and left behind a family and a lot of friends and some of the ministries that he was involved in. Just a great guy. I can't say enough good about him, and he was such a huge help to me, whether I needed help with my computer, tech stuff, or repairing my car. He was always there to help me, and sometimes I'd get a knock on my door, and it was him, and he'd come in and we'd chat for a few hours, or I'd go over to his place and we'd chat and just hang out and talk and spend time together. He was such a great guy, and it's just such a big loss. It's still hard to believe that he's gone. So I've kind of been, dealing with that and just still trying to, again, just wrap my mind around it. It's just weird. It's just weird knowing I'm not going to see him again this side of heaven. So that's, that's kind of been what's going on with my life. Oddly enough, just to keep sharing, many of you know that I play the guitar. I've been playing for a long time, but for a long time I really haven't done much with it. I haven't played a gig in over 10 years. I haven't played at church in a number of years, and I haven't written a song in 12 years. That's something I always really enjoyed doing, crafting some really beautiful lyrics with a nice melody and putting it out there and sharing it with people, but that's something I haven't done in a very long time. But about a week ago, I was here at home feeling not so good, physically from the chemo, and psychologically and mentally and emotionally from the loss of my brother. And just sitting here feeling awful, and I think I was watching Netflix or something on YouTube or something like that, and I just had no room for it, had no mind for it at the time, so I just turned it off, and I planned on just spending some time in prayer, talking with God or asking questions. And for some reason I just got up and I picked up my guitar and I just started kind of playing around, and a song came out. And within about 20 minutes, I put out this song, first one again in probably 12 years. Completely unexpected. It's almost like I was on autopilot and it just poured out of me. And it was inspired by the loss of my friend. And a lot of my songs, I try to tackle universal themes, things that not just appeal to me. If it's something that I wrestled with, I've struggled with, I know someone else has. And so a lot of my goal in writing is to say that whatever you're going through, whatever hardship, whatever difficulty, if you're going through it, someone else has, is, or will go through it too. So you're not alone in that struggle. Other people understand, other people relate. You're not the only one, so take heart in that. So the theme of this song was really just asking why. You know, obviously I've been doing a lot of that with with myself and for other people. Why? You know, and sometimes when it comes down to it, sometimes we get an answer and sometimes we don't. Sometimes the answer is somewhat satisfactory. Sometimes it's an answer, but it's awful. It's not what we want to hear. Maybe the reason he cheated on you and left you is because he's just a jerk. That's it. There's no good answer. Maybe the reason, you know, she said that horrible thing to you is because she's just a jerk. Maybe that person died because it was just their time. You know, we get answers sometimes, but it's not always what we want to hear. And then sometimes we just don't get an answer and we're left wondering why and scratching our head, and it's, you know, difficult and we have to lick our wounds. But the positive aspect, and I always try to include something positive in the things that I write. Even if it sounds like a dark, depressing, somber song, I always try to include something positive. And in this song, the positive is that the same source that gives us the answer, and sometimes it can be a good answer that kind of fills that void. The same source that gives us the answer is the same source that doesn't give us the answer, and sometimes it's for our protection. Sometimes it's because maybe it's beyond our understanding. And that source, obviously, right, you know where I'm going with this, right? If you know anything about me, is God. Sometimes he gives us a good answer and it justifies things and it explains things and helps us to feel better. I know I've been in that position. I've been in positions where I'm just like, Lord, why is this happening? Or why isn't this happening? Why am I not getting what I want? I don't mean that in a selfish way, but something that seems good, and I'm kind of, you know, walking as I'm supposed to be walking, but things just aren't panning out. Why? And there have been a few times where he's given me that answer and it's completely flipped the situation on its head. And I've become grateful I haven't gotten what I want. It might sound like one of those imaginary scenarios that we share with each other to make us feel better. Well, be careful what you want, you know, or maybe God didn't give it to you for a good reason. I've been in that position where I haven't gotten what I wanted, and it's made me grateful that God didn't give me what I asked for. So whether we get the answer and it's a good answer, it's a bad answer, or whether we don't get an answer at all and we're left hurting and mystified, God is still God, and he is always doing these things for our good and for his glory. So that's what it comes down to. It doesn't necessarily make things easier sometimes, but you know, that's just the way that it is, and we just have to trust him. So, you know, it's kind of what that song tackles. It was kind of a surprise to just kind of spill out of me, but it was kind of nice to see myself put something to paper again for, you know, it's been such a long time. So anyway, it's the quick video, short update. That's what's been going on with me, and I'm just going to continue to plow ahead. God is my strength. I hope you all are doing well, and I will see you when I see you.